Have you ever felt like you're just kind of going along for the ride in your own life? Well, what if I told you that you're actually the one in the driver's seat? Today, we're going to dive into a really powerful idea, one that thinkers and mystics have talked about for ages. And you know what? It all boils down to one simple, life-changing idea. You are the creator of your own life.
So let me ask you this. What if the biggest thing holding you back isn't your job, or your bank account, or your circumstances? What if the most powerful obstacle in your way is actually hiding deep inside your own mind?
And right there, that's the great secret. It's this profound truth that people have known for centuries. You're not just reacting to what life throws at you. No way. You are the one actively creating your entire experience. You are the creator.
Okay, so how do we actually step into that role? How do we become the conscious creators of our own lives? Well, it all starts by uncovering the beliefs that are already running the show, often without us even having a clue. We call these shadow beliefs. You can think of them like these old tapes playing in the background of your mind, those quiet little whispers that say you're not smart enough, or you're not worthy, or just plain not enough. You know, like the artist who creates amazing things, but never shows anyone because some little voice says they're not a real artist. That's a shadow belief in action. And if we don't bring them into the light, we end up living inside the tiny boxes they build for us.
And listen, this is not just some feel-good metaphor. It's real. Where you are right now, your successes, your challenges, all of it is a direct physical printout of what you deeply, truly believe about yourself. The world you believe in on the inside is literally building the world you experience on the outside.
So if our beliefs are the blueprint, what's the engine that actually builds the house? Well, that's where imagination comes in. And I'm not talking about just zoning out and daydreaming. I'm talking about using it as an active, powerful tool for creation.
Hey, even Einstein was in on this. He famously said that while knowledge can get you from point A to point B, imagination can take you absolutely anywhere. It is the fundamental tool that lets you see and build a reality that doesn't even exist yet.
So how do we actually use this incredible engine? It breaks down into this really simple 3-step process. First, you take that dream you have for the future and you make it a fact in your mind right now. Second, you actually assume the feeling of that wish already being fulfilled. What would it feel like to have it? Feel that now. And third, you just persist in that feeling. You hold on to it until it becomes your natural, dominant state of being. See, this whole thing is about embodiment. It's about living from that feeling. Because when you truly, deeply live in the feeling of being the person you want to become, your outside world has no choice but to rearrange itself to match. It's not just possible anymore, it's inevitable. All right, now let's pop the hood and look at the mechanics of how this all works. We're going to talk about the powerful operator running the entire show from behind the scenes, your subconscious mind.
Get this, a staggering 97%. 97% of everything you do, your habits, your gut reactions, all your automatic behaviors, it's all run by your subconscious. Think about that. It is the silent giant that's driving your life, whether you realize it or not. Now, the most important thing to get here is that your subconscious mind doesn't argue. It's a servant, not a critic. It's like a computer. It just accepts whatever suggestions you give it, good or bad, and then it works 24/7 automatically to run that program and turn it into your reality.
And this is where everything we've talked about clicks into place. By using your imagination to create the feeling of what you want, you are literally giving your subconscious a new command. You're actively reprogramming it to build a new reality based on that new feeling. Now let's talk about the most direct, tangible tool you have for creation. It's one you use every single day, your words. Because every single word you speak is like planting a seed for your future.
This is such a perfect way to think about it, right? If you want to grow an apple tree, you've got to plant apple seeds. You can't plant weeds and then get frustrated when you don't get roses. Your words are the seeds. Your life is the garden. What you plant is completely up to you.
And just look at this comparison. On one side, you've got what's called prophesying defeat. Saying things like, "I never get any good breaks," is literally programming yourself for failure. But look at the other side, prophesying victory. When you declare, "I am blessed," or "I will accomplish my dreams," that's not just wishful thinking. That is a powerful command. It's an act of creation.
I mean, the logic here is just undeniable.
You cannot talk about being broke and expect to have wealth. You can't complain about being sick and expect to have health. Your life will always, always move in the direction of your most dominant words. It's that simple.
So here's a really simple but incredibly powerful practice you can start doing today. First, write down your goals, but write them in the present tense, as if they've already happened. Not I will be, but I am. Then, every single day, you've got to declare them. Speak them out loud with some real energy and belief. And that's a really important point. It's not enough to just think it. Something powerful happens when we actually speak. When you declare something out loud, those words, that vibration, it gets inside you. It starts to rewire not just your thoughts, but who you are on a fundamental level. And that brings us to one last really important question. A lot of us are taught to play small, to just blend in. But what if playing small is the biggest disservice you could ever do? The real question was never, can I be great? The real question is, will you finally give yourself permission to be?
Because in the end, that's what it all comes down to. You are the one writing the story of your life. What you say, what you feel, what you believe, that's what you become. Your words will become your reality. So my question for you is, what story are you going to choose to write?